Good morning, everyone. We're looking at Luke's Gospel, chapter 4. In fact, throughout the week, we're looking at Luke's Gospel as we do at this time of the year. In the Gospel, we find Jesus going into the synagogue and picking up the scroll and reading it. That tells us a couple of things. One is that Jesus was allowed to do that within the Jewish culture, so he must have had the status of being a rabbi. So he must have been well studied and recognized by the community. And so he gave people the teaching that he'd heard from it. And they thought it was a wonderful teaching, and yeah, that's great and everything like that. Then Jesus goes on to say, yeah, but remember that Elijah and Elisha could not cure Israel. In other words, saying some of the people who the Jewish people would consider to be good leaders, prophets, people that they would respect, saying they weren't good enough to cure Israel. Then the people turned on Jesus. And you see how fickle people were, how quickly they changed, just because Jesus didn't give them the message that they wanted to hear. And within the same passage, we see Jesus reflecting on the fact that a prophet is not accepted in his own country. And for Jesus, that was a reality, because he was talking to people who knew him, and knew him as being a man who had grown up in the area. Why all of a sudden could he be making these declarations about characters from their religious strength, their traditions? Because he was, after all, just the son of a carpenter. And that at times when people wanted to remember that he was healing and he was performing miracles, it suited them. When they didn't want to, then they turned around. And it kind of brings it into our minds again, just how subjective we can be in terms of our observances, our religious observances. When things suit us, yeah, that's great. When they don't suit us, wow, man, can we be critical and chuck things out? And we don't agree with them, so therefore why should we be bound by them? Perhaps, and I have shared this briefly with you before, but for me as a deacon, having been ordained in this parish, and having been in the parish for 27 years as a deacon, people still see me as being a member of the parish. And sometimes I have to remind them, I'm ordained. I'm a deacon. And not that I want to show that off, that's not important. But in terms of the fact that I have studied for this and that what I have to say is something that hopefully people will accept. Because ultimately it is my responsibility to present the truth and to present what the Catholic Church says is true. So let's enjoy each other's company. Let's recognize truth when it comes. You have a wonderful day and keep yourself safe. God bless. Bye-bye.